Iraqi Dinar Guru Opinions March 18, 2025. Listen to the full version on the official dinarreport.com website and become our supporter on Patreon. March 18, 2025 Intel Guru Frank 26. Iraq boots on the ground report. Firefly TV says within hours oil can flow into Turkey. Why you asking me, Frank? I didn't know it was already flowing or tested flowing. Or is about to flow in a few hours or can flow in a few hours. Dear God, because if the oil flows, the exchange rate flows emo. Firefly. My opinion is all related to the mechanism in this article 12 to 2c. 12 to 2c will give us the new value. They are saying within hours oil can start, the budget table are coming. All is pointing to a real effective exchange rate emo. Frank. I agree article 12c holds the key. Which is the new exchange rate? March 18, 2025 Intel, Newshound Guru Mark Z. Via PDK, article. Here is a bank story, that's not a bank story. My son is in Blue Ridge, ga hiking and fishing this weekend. They got a hotel because of the horrible weather coming through last weekend. While they were packing up to leave they got to talking with a couple. The man is a banker in Atlanta. My son said my dad follows the Iraqi dinar? Do you think it will ever be worth something or is my dad crazy? And to make a long story short, the banker said, your dad is not crazy. He is very smart and it is definitely a good investment. I didn't think much about it until 5 months ago, but your dad is very smart. March 18, 2025 Intel Guru Wolverine, via Judy Byingston, a high source, told me we will be celebrating this week. I can't tell you the date, but it will all be happening this week. March 18, 2025 Newshound Guru Samson article. Iraq confronts economic crises with the digital dinar. The parallel market is threatened with extinction. Quote, the Central Bank of Iraq is preparing to launch the digital dinar, marking the transition to digital currency management. March 17, 2025 Newshound Guru Claire article. Parliamentary Finance Committee warns of sanctions against Rafidane Bank. It is marred by regulatory concerns. Quote, Rafidane Bank, like any private bank, is subject to the instructions and regulations of the U.S. Treasury Department under an agreement with the Central Bank of Iraq and the international company charged with monitoring the work of banks in Iraq. Al-Dulaimi pointed out that the bank's continued operation according to its previous procedures could lead to U.S. sanctions being imposed on it, along with other private banks, if the recorded violations are not corrected. On January 30, 2025, U.S. Republican Representative Joe Wilson renewed his attacks on Iraq, but this time by demanding sanctions on the government-owned Rafidane Bank. March 17, 2025 Newshound Guru Samson article. In a shocking statement, the Iranian president said Tehran is experiencing a crisis that is no longer acceptable for living. March 17, 2025 Intel, Newshound Guru Mark Z. There are rumblings in some of the currency groups trying to buy up currency from other smaller groups. Not sure where the funds are coming from. But there seems to be a mad dash right now to consolidate. I am trying to get more information, but this could be a huge sign. There is no way, emo, that they would spend those dollars unless they believe they would shortly get them back. This is good news from the currency side of this. March 17, 2025 Newshound Guru Militiaman. I think the 23-24 budget schedules haven't arrived to the parliament. Because it's not their business. It's going to be their business after the fact. That's how I see it. March 17, 2025 Intel Guru Frank 26 When the new budget comes out it's up to Sadani. If he wants to release a new exchange rate or if wants to continue to protect the new exchange rate. Even if it comes out 1310, the IMF said, they agree with your banks and your Iraqi banking reforms. Oh, you think the IMF agreed to your banking and monetary reform at 1310? Of course not. March 17, 2025 Newshound Guru Sandy Ingram 5 Reasons Why the IQD Will Increase in Value. This assessment is based on Iraq only accepting payments for shipping services in its own currency. 1. Higher demand for IQD. When international companies pay for shipping, railway usage and port service in Iraq dinar, the demand for the currency increases. 2. Scarcity formula. As more businesses buy IQD, the supply of available dinar decreased, making each unit more valuable. 3. less dependent on the US dollar. If Iraq shifts to the IQD instead of USD, it strengthens the local currency while reducing inflationary pressures. 4. Stronger economy equals stronger currency. The development road will create jobs, increase exports, and boost government revenue, leading to economic growth and a more stable IQD. 5. An alternative to the Suez Canal, saving billions for companies exporting to Europe. March 17, 2025 Newshound Guru Claire article. Al-Sudani's advisor. Iraq's foreign reserves reach $110 billion. Quote. The Prime Minister's financial advisor, Mazhar Mohammed Salah. Iraq's foreign exchange reserves are one of the most important indicators supporting investment, both domestic and foreign, as the country has a stable foreign exchange portfolio estimated at approximately $110 billion. Distributed between gold, dollars, and foreign currencies, he added, the current account of the balance of payments is recording positive rates that enhance the stability of the value of the Iraqi dinar. March 17, 2025 Newshound Guru Samson article. Al-Sudani's advisor. Iraq's foreign reserves reach $110 billion. March 17, 2025 Intel, Newshound Guru Mark Z. Via PDK. There are a lot of expectations for later today and tomorrow on the bond side. Most are looking at the 18th. March 17, 2025 Newshound Guru Militiaman. There are things on the table that have not been sorted. One of them is going to be the oil. They have to have an evaluation for that. We know, they have to value the oil in a real effective exchange rate, or they would have done it by now. It's been 2 years and they've lost billions. It's obvious. It's quite clear that they're going to do something different in the future. March 17, 2025 Intel Guru Frank 26 Trump is changing the political landscape, the geopolitical landscape, the geo-financial political of the whole freaking world, and it's starting very heavily within the Middle East. And Iran? They know what Trump is going to do if they don't stop what they have been doing. March 17, 2025 Newshound Guru Claire article. Al-Sudani and the U.S. Secretary of Defense discuss regional developments, Syria, and the Houthis by phone. Quote. Iraqi Prime Minister Mohammed Shia al-Sudani discussed with U.S. Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth, on Sunday evening, security developments in the region. Both sides renewed their commitment to maintaining regional stability, while the U.S. Secretary of Defense affirmed his country's commitment to supporting Iraq's long-term security and stability. March 17, 2025 Newshound Guru Samson article. Government advisor. Iraq's relationship with the U.S. is characterized by positivity and ongoing cooperation. Quote. Iraqis are exempt from the tightening of entry rules to the United States, according to a new list being considered by the U.S. March 17, 2025 Intel, Newshound Guru Mark Z. Via PDK, from Iraq. Will the coordination framework collapse in the face of a potential Sudanese alliance? This is actually a good thing for us. These were two blocs that did not work together before, but now they are working together. What are they working towards? They want to make the political system in Iraq work much better. And they are removing the influence of Iran and Maliki. We are seeing things they have been talking about for 20 years happening now. March 17, 2025 Newshound Guru Tishwash article. To reduce speculation, a Sudanese advisor reveals a new monetary strategy. Quotes. This strategy focuses on expanding the base of buying and selling foreign currency at fixed and stable rates, in line with the current monetary policy. These steps coincide with enhancing the freedom of the foreign exchange process, with a high commitment to transparency and money governance in line with international standards. Listen to the full version on the official dinarreport.com website and become our supporter on Patreon. Source: IraqiDinarChat.net